Yeah. I think we live. This ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Brotherhood and Sisterhood class. So we're gonna be right back. I just want everybody to, get right, get whatever you need, get your precept book, get your pen, get your Bible, get your apocrypha, all that good stuff that you need, for class or whatever. And then I'm gonna be right back. All right. Get your questions out, and then what I'm saying, we'll get it on like that. We got Matazi Yala in the building. So you already know what it is, man. So let's get it started.
I think we got a problem, got a problem.
Let's go. Get up. Stack club, you hear that? You can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Shigaluch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Johanna. Bird, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID, and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me, and these bitches I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gon' pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.
On your microphone, you have the actual off and on button. We kind of needed that so that, when you weren't speaking, you can go ahead and shut it off. What's going on, man? It's ISUPK, the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, Brotherhood and Sisterhood class. That's right. Sisterhood too, right? And, this is what this is about. Brotherhood. I mean, we see what the hell's going on in the news. We see what's going on with our brothers. We see what's going on with our sisters, and it's very imperative now because the Lord is showing us that we need to have it more than ever. I don't know what the hell's going on, Mataziala, with these goddamn dice games. I don't know. The dice game is like a goddamn, that's nigga shit right there. Slakia. I don't know. I don't even play dice. I just, if I ever get the need, I'll play dice. I'll play dice under the supervision of the white man. No, I'm just messing with y'all, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, all throughout, like growing up, I've always like seen people have like these altercations over dice. How many niggas died over a dice game? A lot. But not saying that exactly that's what it was, but I'm only going off, I'm saying the brother Takeoff was killed. Saying that it was over a dice game. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. Y'all let me know. All right. But yeah, it's the Brotherhood and Sister class. Yeah, okay, you from okay, we got Louisiana in the building. Adana UPK in the building, Kala, CR in the building. Oh, Montreal. All right, Montreal. Dorcas, Yasides, _Yasides. Yeah. Make sure y'all share this thing too, man. Don't be afraid, man. Ain't nobody, hopefully, you ain't got no your boss on there. But yeah, you can share the video. It's fine. You got the whole work squad on your damn page. So you can't share nothing. Can you see me real quick? So you can't see nothing. But I just wanted to just, it was a question that I was asked, and I'll go ahead and pull it. If you could give me Jude. Well, there's only one book in Jude. But Jude, the 6th verse. All right. No sweat. No sweat. Oh, water. Man, I tell you what. The Lord is dealing with rap, boy. The rap world. All right, so what we got? We got Jude. All right. Question on Jude. What's going on, Barack Manah?
Testing.
Saskatchewan. Damn. That's Canada. Saskatchewan, eh? All right, you got it.
Am I Salaki, sir? Am I live?
Yeah, you up.
I'm up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear the brother reading. You know what I'm saying? Once he starts reading or whatever. And then y'all just let me know. I'll throw it in there and let me know how it sounds. All right, you got it.
Because red is on, right? Red means on.
Yeah. Hold on. Go ahead and say something.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, that's it.
Jude, the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 6. And the angels, which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
All right. So what does it sound like they saying? I know what the first probably get. Right. It sounds like some bad angels. It sounds like some bad angels, right? Bad angels that had to get punished and put under the ground. Right. Yeah. And and I remember this breakdown because I remember when I got this breakdown, I was a trooper. You know what I'm saying? I was a trooper when I heard this breakdown, but I haven't heard it really much over the years, but it refreshed my memory once I was asked about it. So all right, Michael Brooks, water. All right, no sweat. So we answering the question on Jude. If you can read it one more time, Sluggy.
Come on, sir. Book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the angels, which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
All right. Anybody want to take it or?
Well, I just know what we teach,
right?
Which is that these angels is us, that
right.
we disobeyed the Most High in the beginning, and we are the ones that are brought down low, which is the chains and,
right.
and whatnot.
Right. So like the angels, right? So let's go up like 2 verses.
Come on, sir. Jude 1 and 4. Book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 4. But there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation.
Mm-hmm.
Ungodly men,
mm-hmm.
turning the grace of our God into lasciviousness,
mm-hmm.
and denying the only Lord God and our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Right. So once we left Egypt, right? Once we left Egypt, what happened after we left Egypt? Where did we go?
We went into the wilderness.
Right. And once we went into the wilderness, what happened after that?
We eventually ended up into the land of Canaan.
Right. And while we was out there, and then once we went out of the wilderness and we where did we go after that?
Mount Sinai.
No, when we were in the wilderness. We already passed.
Oh.
Yeah. Right, because remember Caleb. Remember it was the only two that made it into the promised land was who? Caleb and who was the other one?
Joshua and Caleb.
Joshua and Caleb, right? They was the only two, but they wasn't the only two.
Right.
Because sometimes people get that jacked up too. They be like, well, they the only two that made it. Nah, it was the children. Remember, out of the 40 years we was there, generations of children. Because out of 40 years, you can get 2 generations out of 40 years. They can still it's the children of those people. They still are right. They're not going in there with a bunch of 6-year-olds.
Right.
But out of the people who left out of Egypt, it was only 2. The people that actually left out of Egypt.
Right.
Everybody else died off. The Lord killed them. There were men who, were sinning in the wilderness and doing all those types of things. So only Caleb and Joshua made it into the promised land. But when we were there and we was around those other nations, what were we doing? We were following after them, right? Like we always do, right? We always get around people and we end up following them. And then when we end up following them, it ultimately ends up in our destruction, right? The thing is, right, like, oh man, I just lost my train of thought, but I'm gonna come back to it. I don't want to get too much off of it though. But go ahead. Keep reading. Verse 5.
Verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believe not.
Right. So the Lord destroyed all of them, right? The ones that wasn't believing, right? And didn't follow the commandments of the Lord, right? Keep going.
Verse 6. And the angels which kept not their first estate.
Now, the angels is us, like you said earlier, right? The angels is us. It's a messenger, right? A messenger of like the prophets can be angels, right? Messengers for the Most High, right? And what was our first estate?
It's like being in rulership, being in control of this earth, this planet, this domain.
Right, but I'm saying like, okay, so say like where we was, right? Which you said. Go ahead, say that one more time.
Being in rulership.
Right, that's right. Well, what I was looking for is like, okay, when we was in the promised land, right? When we was in the promised land, we left our first estate. We left it because we chose to follow after, the other nations, and because of that, keep reading.
But left their own habitation.
That's the part I was talking about. But you're right about the first estate.
All
right, go ahead.
He hath reserved in everlasting chains,
and that's the slavery that we had to go through. You get my point? Because we broke the commandments, and that was the read it one more time from verse 6.
The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 6. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
All right. Because a lot of times people will read that and they'll look at it like, it's talking about like some angels who, they can't really explain it really, but that's really what a lot of people will say that's what that's talking about. Like, some angels who left their first estate or whatever, and they can't really break it down. But it was a question that was, somebody asked me about.
So like, if I may, they equate it as if there was like a actual real rebellion in heaven where actual angels were actually telling their creator, the Most High, we don't want to do what you say and do no more. We're gonna rebel. Right. Exactly. it always ends up being something. Like I was watching videos on TikTok, man, and I had came across this white lady, and she was trying to break down the 10 horns and she was trying to break down the
the dragon having 10 heads and 10 crowns, and she was like, and the monster's gonna come out of the sea, and and it's gonna have 10 heads, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I just kept on scrolling, man. I'm like, this is like so stupid. Like they try to break it down, but they don't understand how to break it down. Yeah. So what you say? Yeah, all the time too. Yeah. So let me see. I think verse 6. Read verse 6 one more time, if you could.
Come on, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. Book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the angels, which kept not their first estate,
Right.
but left their own habitation.
He hath supposed to be, right? Go ahead.
He hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
Right. And that's the slavery we in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been in captivity so long, we don't understand like what it even means to be free. Like I always ask that question too when I go out to camp and stuff. I always bring out what's the one Jeremiah where it says a homeborn slave, Jeremiah 2:14, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's like 2:14. It's like I always ask that question because I think it's a very valid question to ask, because it's like, we've been so much a homeborn slave in America that we don't even realize what it means to eat. We don't know what freedom feels like. You know what I'm saying? Because I can distinctly remember when we was at camp, this old lady came up and she was talking about how, we should put our money together. That's all she was saying. We need to put our money together. Yeah, that ain't the problem with y'all talking about out here on this street corner. That ain't gonna fix the problem. Teaching about the Bible. I said, well, what is gonna help? She said, if we just put our money together. And I remember I told her, I said, money ain't gonna help black people. And she was like, what? And you know what? And the reality of that is that everybody thinks, I'm not gonna say everybody, but most black people think that that's the answer to our problem in America. It's just, keep your head low, make this money, and then somehow we're going to get free with the wealth that we acquire. Go ahead.
Salagi, sir, if I may. If anything, Ye have just taught us that that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, what did he say that in the Drink Champs interview? That the boast that he made that he was the richest black man ever or ever or something like that, to that effect. So money is not the answer.
And it shows you that like black men in America, like you just have the illusion of power. You know what I'm saying? You just had the illusion of power. Like, yeah, you might have money, you might have a phantom, you might have, nice things, you might have a nice house, jewelry, all of that, but it's not real power, because that power can be taken away from you in the drop of a dime. Just say something anti-Semitic, and that'll be done. You're done, and they'll bust you down to nothing because you said something that you wasn't supposed to. If you had real power, you should be able to say whatever the hell you want to say. The oppressor, he say whatever the hell he want to say. He don't have to worry about the backlash. Go ahead.
Slaga, if you are free, you can say what the hell you want to say. That goes to show you that we are slaves, because we can't say what we want to say.
Mm-hmm. I remember I was listening to no sound. Oh, was your microphone was on? Oh, say something again.
Khan Salaka.
Yeah. All right. Oh, let me see. Hey, y'all can hear this? Sorry, man. Let me see, man. Sorry, talking about it ain't no sound. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me make sure. I want to hear it just for. Sorry, man. What you talking about, sorry, man? Hey, y'all can hear this? Sorry, man. Let me see, man. Sorry, talking about it ain't no sound. Let me see. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right, no sweat. All right, sorry, man. Hey, sorry out here, getting the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, no sweat. All right, let's go to. Hold on. Let me look at it real quick. If anybody got any questions, just go ahead and type it in. I want to see something real quick. What's up? It was one. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. Let me get Psalm 73, 8 and 9. So, brotherhood is the topic of the day, right? And we see what's going on. And you know what's crazy, right? Is that I was watching this one thing, right? And it's like, what's that called? Remember buck breaking? Remember that? Buck breaking, right? How they would do it, right? Whose videos I was watching? But he was talking about that where he had made the comparison. But that was it. Okay, so he was talking about how they take the biggest, strongest dude, right? But then they bring him out in front of everybody, and I'm like, that does make sense. You know what I'm saying? And seeing what's going on now, and it's like everybody just kind of sits back. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it is pushing the truth further now, because now what the conscious community got to stand on now. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. Like okay, if Kanye West would have said what he said, if he would have been like, "We the real Africans, and we come from this tribe, and we this and that, and we from the Dogon tribe," blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? He would still be a billionaire. He'll still have what's that called? What's his gym shoes? The Yeezys, and everybody would be good. So that shows you that what the conscious community is talking about being the Egyptians and the ancient this and the ancient that, it means absolutely nothing, because there's no power in that. There's nothing more powerful than the blacks are the real Jews, the Hispanics are the real Jews. It's nothing more powerful than that. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't see that at this point, then I mean, you just, I don't know. I guess maybe you might really be African. I don't know. You might just really be African. I don't know. Maybe this just really ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So I don't see how they and anytime somebody come at me from that conscious community, man, that's exactly what I'm gonna bring out. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me hear that. Psalm 73. Is that the one I want? '73. Yeah, I can't really see it. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, I'll read it. Yeah, go ahead. I'll break it down. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. Book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
They are corrupt
Mm-hmm.
and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Right. That's the oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? Today, man. The oppressor, he speaks wickedly against oppression. And you know how he does it? He does it by making it seem like our oppression doesn't mean a damn thing.
Right.
And it doesn't hold up to y'all know what I'm talking about. It doesn't hold up to that, thing that went on in the earth.
Right, right. Slocky, if I may, it's just like what I was saying about what the real anti Semitic talk is that Kanye said in that interview, where it's talking about doing something against the black community. You know what I mean? Against our brothers, our sisters, or whatever. That's the real anti-Semitism, and they speak like wickedly concerning our person, because they saying that that's not anti-Semitic. That's wicked. They're saying that that's not anti-Semitism, and they push it and get profit off of that.
And that's and go ahead, Matata Paul.
I was about to say, if I may, when you go up to verse 3, David is saying he was envious at the foolish when he saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. You know what I mean? He's seeing like all this greatness with like the wicked people. You know what I mean? And how much they got. And then, like you said, when you go down to 8, he's talking about how like corrupt and wicked these people are.
Right, because remember, the reason that we kill each other, the reason that we do this, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people will say, man, see, we killing each other, man, because we under the curses, you know what I'm saying? We under the punishments from God, and I always correct people when I hear them say it like that, is because look, the Lord is not punishing us. You get my point? The Lord is not punishing us. We're punishing ourselves. Matazza Paul bring the scripture out every week at camp. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, right? And what have we been trying to do? Trust our enemy. Like we've been trying to, Christ said what? You can't serve two masters.
Right.
And what have we been trying to do?
Serve.
Prove Christ wrong. We've been trying to prove him wrong since he said it. Nah, you can serve two masters. I'm telling you can do it. I'm telling you, look, all we got to do is have a meeting. You know what I mean? We got this caucus with this caucus, and then we could get together with the Urban League, and the Urban League is talking to the NAA. And all we got to do is we just got to come together in love and harmony, and it never works because we just don't listen. The whole, us being in this captivity we're punishing ourselves because we fail to listen. All it is just the Lord is basically saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, because if you do this, this is going to happen. And we just choose to go against what the Lord is saying, and therefore we bring this stuff on ourselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is why, you know what I'm saying, we kill each other and we don't give a damn about each other. Man, what's going on with these damn dice games? These dice games is ridiculous.
Brothers need to just go
play
dice in the casino.
Yeah, just play dice in the casino, man. Damn, it's like this damn dice game is just, it's the death of mad niggas, man. Die on these damn dice games. It's like we just can't handle ourselves when it comes to them damn dice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, I've seen, like, I've never been into like shooting dice. I've never been into it because I've always seen what comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? That and that damn dog fighting. That damn dog fighting make niggas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be fighting and everything over that dog fight, killing each other over the damn dog fighting. Same thing with with the dice. You know what I'm saying? Fights, all kinds of stuff break out because you don't know that, you might be winning. You having a great night, but this dude that you playing against, this is probably the last 7,000 he got. You know what I'm saying? The last couple dollars he had, and he can't go home because he didn't already lost the money before, so he can't go nowhere. So now he's upset. He's bitter. And then the minute you win and you having a good time, and like you're supposed to because you're winning, he's jealous the whole time. And now he's ready to jump off, in your face for nothing and ready to completely destroy you. When it means, you know what I'm saying? And like, for nothing. And then like, you see like, you know how it says in the scriptures where it say not to be envious of the prosperity of the wicked because you don't know how their end is going to be. Like this is exactly an example of that. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I know people have seen, you see rappers and you see like, man, they got all this nice jewelry, man. They got this, they got that, they got girls, they got nice cars, they got houses, all that stuff. And then, you know what I'm saying, like, and you watching that, you like, man, that's wow, man. But you don't know how they're going to end up in the end. You know what I'm saying? And then when you know what I'm saying, and you see that, and it's like, damn, it doesn't matter how much money you got. It doesn't matter how much clout, how much whatever you got. At the end of the day, man, in the end, none of that matters. None of that matters. It wasn't. And that video you showed me was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. And when they were trying to get him out of there after he was shot, it wasn't. Nobody at that moment. Nobody gave a damn about the Migos album, last album. You know what I mean? Nobody gave a damn about Culture 3. Nobody gave a damn about anything that they was doing. Nobody gave a damn about what's that called? Quality QC, quality control music. Nobody gave a damn about that. You know what was happening, man? They just trying to get this brother off the ground so this brother can hopefully live. That's the only thing that's in your mind. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, nothing matters. Everything that we think that's, that means something, it really don't when it's all said and done. All right? Go ahead, read it from 3, please.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73, starting with verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, can you go back down to 8?
Verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
They are corrupt
mm-hmm.
and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Mm-hmm.
They speak loftily.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. They set their mouth against the heavens,
mm-hmm.
and their tongue walketh through the earth.
That's their philosophy, and we follow it. That's why, you know what? That's why we want to lie, we want to kill, we want to lie, we want to do everything we can do for money, because we see that that's what the oppressor gets. That's what he does, and because that's what he does, and he gets money from it, we do it. We've been under him too long. We've been under the oppressor for way too long. This is like what we've been under on this planet is like unprecedented. How you say it? Unprecedented. Like,
unprecedented.
You know what I mean? Like there has never been a nation that has been like we've been. Like we've been on the bottom since the Greeks. We've been under the Greeks. It's like everybody that comes along, we under them. And how? If we the strongest, most vibrant people, the most sociable people, the most partying people, all we do is we just get on somebody else's wave and we just make their wave hot. And we give all our money away. We give all our resources away because we just want to have brotherhood with everybody else and not ourselves. Sisters want to have sisterhood with everybody else. You know what, man? Check this out, right? I was in the store, right? I was in Family Dollar. I'm in Family Dollar, and it was a white lady in front of me, a white lady in back of me. So at that moment, I'm like, let me do an experiment in my head real quick. The cashier was black, a woman. The lady in front of me, she was like, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing?" Oh, yeah. The lady like, "Yeah, I like to get these types of decorations because, I like to do this." And she like, ha, 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 ha. The black girl. Totally delightful to the lady in front of me. So now I get up there. Now, I even took it a step further with my experiment, because the experiment is in my head. But I took it a step further. When I got up to the counter, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what she did? She just was like, right? And I was like, all right. I was like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I was like super nice, you know what I mean? And I'm the customer. But I was like, thank you. I appreciate it. And then as I'm walking away, I kind of walked away slow just to see how she would greet the next customer after me. And she said, "Hey, how you doing today?" And I'm thinking to myself, that is crazy. Like, and I know y'all see it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, our people, when it comes to like services and stuff like that, they just look at us like it we don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. Like the customer service like that we have towards each other is just sucks. It sucks so bad. But let the oppressor walk up. You know what I mean? Let the oppressor walk up. You know why? You know why? Chick-fil-A do so good. The reason why Chick-fil-A do so good, because they don't play that. You know what I'm saying? They look, everybody gets respected out here with this customer service. You go to Chick-fil-A, they gonna be like, hey, how you doing? Oh man, you know, and everybody want to go spend their money on that chicken, right? But it's like, man, it's like just our customer service with each other sucks. Everything, you know, and just to see how, you know what I mean, how being under this oppressor, man, we take his ways so much. And since we take his ways so much, man, it's so detrimental to us as a people. It just sucks so bad, man. Hold on, let me see, man. 1 second. I think this whistle ain't got a bug in it or something. The program, they got like a bug in it or something. It won't do nothing. Ours is ready. Be like, oh, you ready to go? Soon as it see your head, it's ready to move. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, and then also, man, like even like sisters, man, gotta keep that sisterhood up, man. Y'all gotta work at it extra hard too. Sisters gotta work at it extra hard, you know, because you gotta fight those demons that's telling you, man, look, I only want to, you know, have a conversation with the sisters that I know, and that's just that, you know, and you gotta fight that, you know, you have to do it for the greater good, you know, of everything. And this whole, you know, school is built off of the brotherhood and sisterhood, because you see what's going on, right? Where you see with Kanye and, you know, things being said, you know, the reason that Kanye said that is because the Lord wanted it to be on the front page. The Lord wanted it to be all over social media. The Lord went viral. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You want to say something?
Nah, sir, if I may, like, and it was so the Lord is so strategic with it that he didn't give us just one. He gave us two that was directly identifying us as a people with Ye and with Kyrie.
And then, you know, this is a crazy thing with the Kyrie Irving, right? Because I found more out about it today. Kyrie Irving, he tweeted a picture of Hebrews and Negroes. The movie is on Amazon. So how the hell is it anti-Semitic if it's on Amazon?
So, like, if I may, now the cat's out the bag. Like, I forgot who said it, but they've been living comfortably for a long time. They never thought it was going to be a day where they had to worry about us in the debate ring. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They probably never thought that. But then all of a sudden, it's like, where the hell did this come from? They've been sitting up there so long that we've been coming to come say something, and they didn't think that we was coming. And then they heard that we was coming. They heard about little Israelites here and there, 1960, yeah, little friends group, whatever. And then all of a sudden they looked up and we was at the doorstep. And then so now what it is like now they have to do like smear campaigns, because what I seen was I don't really watch the news that much, but I just happened to turn it to the news, if I may, when I was watching the news, and the news said anti-Semitism on the rise. And then they showed Kyrie, they showed Kanye. And this is the news, NBC. And then they said the you know how they have like the caption at the bottom. The caption said, is like, what is the line between free speech and hate speech?
Mhm.
So now they trying to turn the truth into hate speech.
Right.
So now it's getting to the fact where they're actually proving the same point that Kanye West and them brothers are saying, because you're above critique. You're above critique. And if anybody says anything, then you're going to cancel them.
It probably would have been better if they just wouldn't have said nothing. Than just ignore you.
They
like
probably shouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah.
But see, they don't know. They don't know what we know about the internet. We know that if somebody coming at your head, don't say nothing.
Yeah, just don't say nothing. And then that way they'll go away.
Yeah,
it'll go away. Like, don't take no money from them. Let them say what he want to say. Don't take no money. Is just still run shit.
Right. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to suppress the voice, suppress our free speech. And so, but everybody, like you said, everybody, is best for you not to say nothing, because now people gonna start to be like, well, let me see what the hell they talking about. What is this Israelite stuff? And then they're gonna come across and they're gonna be like, well, this is what's going on. And then they're gonna be forced. It's gonna come to a point, mark my words, where they're gonna have to, a rabbi, somebody's gonna have to say something. Somebody's gonna have to like try to debate us, try to do something. But then you got the Harry Rosenberg. Remember the dude from before? He got a new one out. He got a new video out. And he's just straight up saying that, yeah, you might go to New York. He's breaking down the limit and all that. He's saying, you might go to New York and you see these dudes dressed up in Israelite attire, and they saying that we the Jews and you're not. He said, they're right.
He said they're right.
Yeah. There's actually a video I'll show you in a second where somebody took and put all the clips together.
That's right. That's why we need brothers, man, and sisters, man. Not people who just want to, be a part of this just because, you might see, some scriptures being broke down. Nah, we need brothers and sisters to put their brick in, man, because you want to serve the Lord and you want to change your life. That's what we want. We don't need a bunch of people that just want to ride by and throw up the black power fist. I get that. We get that a lot. Yo, man, nobody, yeah. What's up, man? All right, what up? It's like, hey, yo, man, trying to throw. We need you to get out here and do some work. We need you to do some work. That's what we need. Right. Work. Do work. We don't need you to, ride by and, yeah, man, black power. No, we don't need you to do that. We need you to get out and do some work, right? Work. He said that he understands he is being used as a messenger and he is humbling him with everything happening. No, you're talking about with Kanye said.
Salakia.
No, some this was a
oh,
says Salaki Adawan, if I could, in the latest interview when he read the anti-Semitism definition, and he said he understands he is being used as a messenger, and he is humbling and he is humbling him with everything happening.
Did you see? I see what the brother saying. He read the definition, so this is how he gave his apology. He said, "I didn't know that what I said offended these people." So based on the definition that I read, I can see how I offended these people.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
But the definition, but remember what he said. I don't know if people caught what he said when he read the definition. He read the definition and he said it's starting to sound like your contract. Because you know how somebody can write a definition, right? And they can cover all angles in the definition. So there's no room for anything else.
Yeah.
Like that's how they wrote the definition of anti-Semitism. It's saying that they run the world. It's saying that they own the banks. It's saying that they run this. It's, you know what I mean? And that's all the things that they do.
It is saying that you can't say
and you can't say that stuff. Right. You can't say that stuff because that's anti-Semitism. But that's all the stuff that's literally true.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, there is quotes of Jewish people saying these same things. Harold Rosenthal had it's a famous interview of Harold Rosenthal or something like that. You know, he was saying the same thing. But that's not that's allowed to go.
Right.
He can say it, but you can't.
Right, because okay, Kanye is just he like General said. I said it on the show. Rooted Speech, Big Cash. Y'all can check it out. Shameless plug. You know what I mean? But like we was talking about on the show is like, oh man, what the hell? Oh man. We got the slides on. He about to come. He came in like, yo, look, man, don't come here with all that noise, man. Y'all keep that noise down here. Oh man, but yeah, right, yeah, and that's the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta like see what's going on, and the Lord wanted it to be like this. You know what I mean? The Lord wanted to go viral. You know what I'm saying? And because the Lord wanted to go viral, he went viral, and so that's why we have to, everything that we're doing now, we got to look at it as a one-up for us. You know what I mean? And and we gotta rock with. I've got those damn slides on, man. What you about to read, Matazapa?
Like baby boy.
what you about to read, Matazapa?
I'm trying to find it right now.
Oh man, Matazapa about to get this.
No. It's not nothing like that. Nothing like that. No, it's this book by and it looked like we might already have it because I've seen something that says Stephen Jacobs. Do we have something that's?
It might be.
Right, but no, but it just got a good quote on here that you know what I'm saying that I like. It's called the Hebrew Heritage of Black Africa, right? Of course, but it says Black Americans now are in position as never before in modern history to rediscover and reclaim, if they wish, a heritage which has profoundly influenced the world history and mankind. The Hebrew heritage of Black Africa. So I'm just saying it's just a good quote that now is the time where we can literally reclaim our history. You know what I mean? And change our position on the earth. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If we would just be like, well, everybody just say what they're saying is making sense. And even if this is what I would do. Even if I didn't believe what y'all was talking about, and I believed in Egypt and all that. If I seen that this is something that we could do to advance, I know me myself, I would be like, look, you know what? Let's try this Israelite thing. Because we didn't try that Egypt. We didn't try everything else. But this right here seems like this is the bread and butter. This is what everything is all about on earth.
Yeah, we love them damn gold coffins. We love those coffins. We love
they still talking about it.
Akhenaten.
They still it's revamping, man. This stuff is coming right back out, man.
Hey, we love Tutankhamun.
Man. I just seen like a live with like 4 people on there talking about Egypt.
Yeah, man. We said they making the truth into a lie. That's right. Okay, that's Tashium incognito tonight. Yeah. So, all right. So we was done with Psalms. We was done there. All right. Pretty good one. Pretty good scripture right there. Oh. What was that? 9. Where it says, they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth. And that's the philosophy, you know what I mean, that the oppressor has, his philosophy. And his philosophy, it goes all through the earth. You know, it goes through the earth so much. Let me tell you how much it goes through the damn earth. Everybody know what the hell's going on. And we were still out there celebrating Halloween last night. Still out there dressed up like, looking like the goddamn, I think it was Chris Brown. I seen a video. Chris Brown was dressed up as like some like dudes that had like black. Like, when are we gonna grow up? Could you give me that when I was a child? I put away childish thing. Go ahead, Mr. Osborne. You want to say something? Takeoff was killed coming off the Halloween. Yeah. You know, the Halloween party, spirit and all that kind of stuff. That's right. But yeah, I was coming through South Branch, and the first thing I seen was this girl with a little dress on. I'm talking about box hanging out the bottom. The box hanging out the bottom. Box hanging out the bottom of the dress, making for all the kids. Yeah. So like you're about to walk around and be around kids. Yeah. Outfit on, right. You want to see witches, man? Just pay attention to all these Karens around here. Those are the witches right there. You want to see a witch? Just go try to have a barbecue at the park. Then you'll see a witch. Ghouls and goblins, you want to see that? We got plenty of them in the hood. Ghouls, goblins, all that. You know what I mean? Demons, they all in there, all in the hood. You know. You got.
Down, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I understood as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I thought as a child.
Mm-hmm.
But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
You know, we haven't done that yet. Now, there's brothers who have put those things away, but we just haven't put that away. That like we're a nation of children.
Right.
That still think as children, still act like children, still do childish things. I mean, nigga 50 years old talking about he OG Bobby Johnson. At some point, man, you got grandkids, man. You got grandkids, man. Go sit down somewhere, grandpa. G-pop. Yeah, you trying to be a G, but you a G-pop. That's what the hell you are. Just be okay with being old, man. Be okay with the fact you got all the gray hair in the world, and you try to send the young niggas out on a mission. You know, corrupting they selves because you haven't grown up. You a 50-year-old kid. Go ahead.
Slocky, sir, if I may. This reminds me of the class that you taught, where you said that we have a paternal relationship with our oppressor. We look to them like our father. You know what I mean? And we do everything that they tell us to do, and we have that sort of fear as a nation for these people.
Right. We do have a fear. You know, it's like it's like okay, okay, manhood, right? What is manhood? Manhood is supposed to be, the fact that you can stand alone, you're a man, you got a nation, you have you run your nation, you go to war for your nation, you lead your household, you protect the women, all those different things. That's manhood, but we haven't been able to experience real manhood in America because we've always had somebody over us that has been kind of teaching us what manhood is. You know what I'm saying? Like literally we get taught what manhood is, and that right now we're getting taught that manhood is whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Instead of what manhood really is. So what happens? That means that we have very fragile egos, amongst each other. Our egos are very fragile. And so I won't go and like if you're looking at the Crips and Bloods or whatever, they're not thinking of, okay, we're both being oppressed by somebody. They're looking at it, well, I'll just kill you because I can't do nothing to the other person. I can't do nothing to him because I won't win. But I won't let you talk to me crazy though. You know what I mean? And that's where we at with it. It's like, I know I can't do nothing about them, the people, the oppression that's over me, but I ain't gonna let you step on my shoe. You know what I'm saying? It's like kids, you know what I'm saying? And we put childish things away. I mean, come on, man. We this late in the game and we still celebrating Halloween. That's like the most craziest ass backwards degenerate thing that we're still doing. I mean, we could have been gave that up. Could have been gave Halloween up. I mean, come on now. we at the level where, you know, damn, just get a kid some damn candy. What the hell? I mean, you know, it's just this, you know what I mean? It's the same candy. It's not like it's like new candy or, you know what I mean? It's the same candy that you could give them any day of the week. It's Snickers, what? Snickers, Kit Kats, Mr. Goodbar, you know, paydays. What? It's not like it's spectacular. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a stinking pumpkin. A pumpkin. I don't know. Go ahead.
Like some people in my school, they try to rationalize Halloween, like still celebrating Halloween by just saying, you know, we have it as trunk party. You know what I mean? Or you know how like the trunk or treats. Or one girl was like, nah, well, I don't take my kids to, you know, I don't take them out trick or treating because I don't really like trick or treating, but I will. They said they put the candy on the table and let them walk around the table and grab the candy, but you still in the spirit, you still celebrate. I don't care how you want to cut the cake. Whether you getting it from a trunk, people dressing up their trunks, because that's how they was doing it when when we had celebrated our last like year. I remember it was a trunk or treat type thing. I didn't know nothing about, but yeah, people dressing up the trunk. You know what I mean? And then the kids coming. Yeah, man, it don't matter how you dress it up, you still celebrating Halloween.
Same thing.
That's it. Oh, so
no, you too wild, son. It just brought something to my remembrance what you just said, like about it being a spiritual thing. Like the law is spiritual, is what the Bible says, and guess what? These holidays and all that stuff is that oppressor push. That's spiritual too. It has a spirit behind it, because you just said something crucial. Like the spirit, you're still, even though they're putting the candy around the table, you still have the spirit of Halloween. That same spirit is still you haven't separated yourself.
Check this out though. y'all ain't hear about the people that was trampled, the 155 people who was killed in South Korea. In South Korea, it was some people that were trampled because they basically they don't celebrate Halloween, but they celebrate Halloween. They celebrate it like in a certain part of South Korea, and in this place, it was like, I think it was like over 100,000 people was there, like, you know, for the festivities. And, you know, they following some after the oppressor, because remember the oppressor runs South Korea. You know what I mean? And people got trampled, man. In South Korea, yeah. That got trampled, right? Yeah, 2 Americans. Yeah. They got trampled by all of those people. And I seen a video where this one dude climbed out. He climbed up a pole to get out of the you know, people that was, you know, because it's, you know how like the crowd starts pressing. Once they start pressing, it's over. You can't get out. 155. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That ain't gonna do that. Because you gonna elbow him to try to get out, and you gonna hit him in the head. Ain't not gonna happen. Like boom. They're still gonna be right there. They ain't gonna go nowhere. And that's, yeah. So this is this is why it's important, man. Like, this is why it's important, man, for us to be. It's why you keep laughing, man. Try to be straight. Matthew 15:8. Matthew 15:8. Yeah, 38 people in here. Yeah, that's right. Keep it up. You know, that's a horrible thing that happened to this brother, man. You know, to take off. I don't know what his real name is, but you know, it's a horrible thing to happen to that brother. 28. Damn, 28? You ain't get to do nothing. You didn't even get to enjoy that money that you got. Yeah, that pile of money you might have got. I don't know how much money you got, but I imagine it's a nice little something. More than I got. I be wanting to call the bank, like, you know, you be ready to call the bank about $10. Like, yeah, I noticed that my I had $100 in there, but then I checked my account. I only got 93. Like they were like, yeah, well you spent $7 at the gas station. You be like, oh yeah, right. You know what I mean? You ready to call the bank over $7? So I know it's he probably got more money than me, right? But in the end, you see how, man, it just none of it matters at the end, man. You know what I'm saying? And whoever did it, man, is just a damn coward. You know what I mean? I don't know. This you said it was his security?
Salaki, the story is coming out that it was somebody in his entourage, not specifically his security, but someone that was on his side.
Scary ass niggas, man.
Right. And Salaki, that's exactly what the report was. He was firing wildly. From witnesses that was there, said that he was firing wildly.
Yeah, you like this. Oh man.
And you know why they doing that, right? Because you scared to get punched in your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, brothers is scared to rumble it. You know what I mean?
Where was he
brothers
at, Vegas?
scared to tussle. No, they was in Houston at a bowling alley or something.
Yeah, Jay Prince. It was a birthday. Actually, it was a birthday party.
It was a birthday party or something.
Prince,
Yeah.
Jay Prince and
Yeah, something like that. But brothers is scared. Like, why wouldn't you fight? You know what I mean? The first thing you're gonna do in a crowd full of people is back out. You know what I mean? Like, pull your ratchet out. Like, that's the first thing you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, man, the days of the you know what I mean, of throwing up your dukes is like over. Now I tell you where it is though, in prison. Well, you got it these. You know what I'm saying? When you go to prison, boy, you know what I mean? Niggas, them old niggas, right. Them old niggas, like, look, you sleeping up there. As soon as you go up in that cell, they like, look, you sleeping up there on the top. You know what I mean? And and you a shooter, right? But when you get up in jail and you messing with you in the cell with a cat who got what 17 years of all calisthenics,
Right.
17 years of push-ups. Ain't nothing you can do with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get up in there, you can't fight a cat for 10 minutes.
Right.
10 minutes, man, look, that's a long time. You know what I'm saying? And these guys quick to be a shooter, quick to, you know what I'm saying, to shoot somebody and kill them. You go to prison, and that's the last thing you're gonna do. You're gonna be washing machine number 3.
So, like, if I may, you keep hearing this thing now where they saying that being a rapper is the most dangerous profession, the most dangerous job to have. Well, maybe you ought to take the hint and change what you're rapping about, and stop being a pawn used in the oppressor's game. Maybe they'll wisen up and start saying different things in their raps.
Right.
The most horrible thing to me is the fact that we now realizing that all of these rappers know what's going on, but none of them willing to speak up and say anything. You know what I mean? For years and years and years and years, you willing to tuck your tail and let somebody, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like rule over you, or like be a bit. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm trying to get at. You willing to let somebody be your father. Yeah, you know what I mean? You willing to let somebody, just because he's giving you a piece of candy, say, well, you got to do this for the piece of candy. And everything that you're doing wrong, everything that you're doing to get the piece of candy is wrong. But you just want the candy that bad. You just want the candy that it just tastes that good.
No, I was talking to a sister, man, and the sister at my slavery, man, she basically went to her mom took her to an NAACP event. And everybody in there was white. Then she told me everybody in there was white. The whole thing was just, and then it was just a bunch of white people that got awards in the NAACP. So you know what I mean? NAACP been holding niggas back since Martin Luther King, since its inception, has been holding niggas back.
Slocky, sir. This just goes back to what you said, that they just don't take us seriously because of stuff like that.
Right.
They take a picture of that. All right, we're at an NAACP event. Take a picture. Oh, These are people in here.
Yeah.
They don't take us seriously at all with none of our causes.
No, because we don't see the value in each other. We just see the value long as somebody is helping us or somehow we can get along with, another nation instead of, having brotherhood on our own. I mean, and that's what Kanye is saying, and a lot of these cats are saying. But the thing is, Kanye is not trained on how to break it down properly. Like General Mayak said, Kanye is, he heard, Paul's like some meat of the Bible. And, and he's trying to break it down without having milk first. So now it just sounds stupid. It sounds crazy. You hear Kanye talk? And then Kanye talks too much. He just talked too much. Yeah, like just shut up. Yeah, he was like, yeah, like when you know how it says like a fool uttereth his words, like like right, like if you just keep talking and talking and talking and talking, eventually you'll start saying stupid stuff because you just gotta say it. So it's like, it's like he be saying stuff and it's like that is a perfect example of that book of Acts, the 19th chapter we were talking about, the vagabond Jews. You know what I mean? The vagabond Jews who were out there saying, hey, we want to cast out this demon, by what, in the name of Christ, by which Paul preached. Yeah, adjure you. Right. So now he's out there like he's not in here. He's not down with nobody. That's what he said in that new interview. I'm not connected to no hate groups. Right now, you ain't got no camp with you. You just watching a video and you're like, well, I got enough to go on to the national stage and just start spewing rhetoric without nothing to back it up. So now you just sound crazy. You on here writing stupid tweets. You on here, saying things that it's just so convoluted. It just sounds ridiculous. You know what I mean? And this is why, that's why it says, at the beginning of the ISUPK videos, it says these men are trained professionals. Right. Because you got to get milk first, right, and then you get weaned off the milk. It didn't say you get milk and then meat. You get milk and then you get weaned off the milk and then you get the meat. But then once you get the meat, now you can, once you get weaned off the milk, you'll be able to break down the things that are more difficult to break down in the scriptures, and then you'll know how to attack, the question when somebody presents it to you. Right. You know what I mean?
Not even aware of your opponent. Why is everybody talking about how they got money and where they got money from? They got a loan from here, Wall Street, this. Who the hell cares? Who cares? That's not the point. When you got the chance and you got your opponent in the ring, there are certain stuff that you should be bringing out and certain stuff you should just don't even. Who cares about that?
Be like, yeah, because I was talking to Mike Bruckowitz.
Yeah, and it seems good when you're watching the cat videos.
You know what? It's like it.
No,
but what Kanye does is he name drops a lot. He name drops a lot because in his mind he thinks that means something. He's like, yeah, I was talking to Mike Bruckowitz. He's the founder of Adidas. And we were just talking this night, and we were saying this and that. And he said this and that, and then I was talking to Imani something. You know what I mean? Some French name. Yeah, because he's the head designer up at Balenciaga. And it's just like, well, maybe he must be around people who just like to hear.
Is that my phone?
Yeah. What's up here? Like, man, just relax. You'll be all right. Just shut up. All right. Okay, man. All right, shut up.
Right.
All right. Let me get the Matthew 15:8, please.
Come, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth.
Uh-huh.
And honoreth me with their lips.
Yeah, because rappers, man, they say that they love God too. Right? They say they love God, all that. And They say it, but you know their lips is far from them, man. The church is as quiet as a church mouse right now.
Right.
They don't want no parts of nothing.
Right. Come. And Salaki, even the ones that should be supporting Kanye, like correct him for the things that he said that was off, but support him on the things that he said that was right. Like don't just ostracize the man and like, oh, everything he said was off. This was the Ice Cube. This was the drunk champs. Like come on, Ice Cube. Like what?
Like what's his name? Yeah, Nori do be getting drunk. Nori be drunk for all that shit. Somebody need to tell him that too. Like, look, man, you shouldn't get so drunk on the show. You know what I mean? Like, limit it to like maybe because they like to drink. Maybe they should like limit it to like maybe an hour and a half to an hour 45 podcast. Nori be drinking. Look, if you consistently taking shots for 3 hours, you're gonna be drunk, man. You know what I mean? There's no way, like, you know, and you're not partying or nothing. You just like this. You just sit and look. He can't even see over the bottles. You know what I mean? His bottle all over the table, and you just like he's sitting there, and you smoking weed the whole time. You smoking weed and you drinking. You completely inebriated. You don't know what you're saying. You just by the end of this thing, you just, you know, you just drunk and you high, and you don't, and then you smoke. You probably smoking like real good weed. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it's like, I got you. At the end of it, you know, he went apologize, and I know everybody done talked about this, but what kind of interviewer apologizes for an interview?
You might as well not even. Oh, you said the interviewer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What interviewer apologizes for an interview? With
someone who's afraid.
Nori want to say something? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. That was I mean that kind of segue. Like, we gotta stop being afraid to stand with our brothers too. You know what I mean? Because they pick us apart because they see that. All right, one. Remember, General Muhammad was talking about the farmer and the chicken. The chicken. We're the chickens, right? Or they were the chickens, and the chickens is the ones that produce all the eggs, right? And the chicken produce they're the bread and butter. The farmer comes get the egg every day, but he makes all the money. He get everything. You know, from the damn chicken.
The sale of the egg.
But he said it takes a special chicken to be like, wait a minute, we the ones that make all the eggs. Why don't we just start selling it? Not give it to the farmer. And then General Mayak made it was just so perfect. General Mayak was like, but then you're gonna have another chicken that says, wait a minute, we chickens, we supposed to do this. we chickens, this our job. And that was Nori. Like, instead of standing with the chicken that's like, wait a minute, nah, maybe we should do this. He's the one that's like, nah, we gotta continue being chickens.
And we gotta stop believing.
You know, we gotta continue doing what our job is.
And we gotta stop believing that stuff is black owned. And it's not. Like Revolt. Remember Puff Daddy was saying that? Puff was like, oh, this is Revolt TV. And we're in Revolt TV, and you should come home. Remember he told Nick Cannon, he said, you should forget Wild 'N Out. Just come over to Revolt. And it's all black owned. Man, it's not black owned. Yep. Man, that dude he's you know, a J.
Right.
Who controls Revolt, man. Puff is just the face. Right. You know what I mean? The face of it. And that's why they snatched it down. Right. These cats get exposed because they don't have power. They act like they do, but they don't. Yeah.
Oh, so they snatched that interview down?
Off of Revolt, yeah.
So you can't.
No.
Oh, you can see it.
You can see it because everybody else.
Everybody burnt that.
I even screenshotted it.
And I don't think YouTube can catch up enough to keep taking them down.
Yeah.
Everybody posting that interview.
The algorithm is like reboot.
Yeah.
You can't do that. There's too many people.
God. Yeah.
But yeah, they took it down. And after a day, I'm gonna tell you, I was watching this show. But before I watched it, when it first came out on Drink Champs, I downloaded it on my computer. And so I went on YouTube and I was watching it on the TV. I was watching YouTube on the TV. I was sitting there watching it. Then I got up. I was about an hour into it. I got up and walked to the bathroom. I came back out, and the screen was black. I'm like, what the hell? And then it went up in the right-hand corner. Said this video is private. They took it down like right when I went to the bathroom.
So what you going down to get the YouTube videos?
What's that?
Because you can't type the PP at the top. How you get the YouTube video?
Oh, I got the YT5 something.com.
They snatched one. Y meters. I don't know. I was like,
Yeah, and then so I just take the video. I got it from Mataziala sent it to me.
Yeah.
What's that?
Y25.
The Y2, like the download YouTube videos.
Oh.
Because they keep trying to take them away.
Right. Yeah. I screenshot mine. So, not screenshot, screen record. So that I can have it in my phone and instead of having it in a computer where they can just try to wipe it. I want it on my personal property.
Could you read that one more time? Matthew 15:8.
No sweat, sir. Calm, sir. Book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 8. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
That's right. It is. I want to read this real quick. I want to show y'all something real fast. This is called. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. No, I'm going to go ahead and read it. I'm going to read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to read it because I'm right here. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is called Black on is by Dr. Amos Wilson. And I don't know if y'all heard of Dr. Amos, man. Dr. Amos is dope. You know what I mean? If you want the truth, you know, you can listen to his lectures. You can listen to his lectures. You know, he comes from an African, like an African like foundation. But you know, if you in the truth, you can see through that and see like the actual real good stuff that he does have there. You know what I'm saying? And he got a lot of books out. I got like 4 of his books. One of the books I got is The Blueprint for Black Power. I got this one here, which is Black on Black Violence. This is called Black on Black Violence, the psychodynamics of Black self-annihilation in service of white domination. I got another one called The Psychology of Manhood, Black Manhood, and then it's another one I got called damn, I can't even think of it. I can't think of it. It's like it. But this book right here, page 6, I want to read y'all something, and it's called Self-Alienation. It says, and this goes to our Black leaders. This goes to, you know, Blacks and Hispanics, you know what I'm saying, Native Indians, you know what I mean, who live under this oppression, you know what I'm saying, who's not in here, right? But it says self-alienation. Self-alienation refers to the inability to positively actualize and actively exercise one's personal and cultural endowments due to a lack of awareness, inhibitory fear, distortion, or underdevelopment of those endowments. Self-alienation involves being separated from one's real self. That it says that potentiality, organized and dynamically integrated set of emotional, intellectual, behavioral, social, spiritual, and acquired socio-historical capacities, which under conductive environments, social conditions can be used by the individual to achieve optimal well-being. So if we knew our culture, if we knew those things, right? I'm just gonna put it in layman's terms. If we knew our culture and we followed our culture, then ultimately we would be better people, right? But because we don't know those things, and because we're invested in being stupid. You know why we're so invested in being dumb is because we think that what we don't know won't hurt us. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, we think what we don't know won't hurt us. So that means, therefore we invest in being stupid and not wanting to be smart. You know what I mean? And you have brothers out here that's trying to teach our brothers and sisters, man, but a lot of them would just rather throw up the fist and then just stay not worrying about anything because they feel like, well, if I don't know about it, it can't affect me. I can stay in this wonderful box that I've been created for myself, and then I can just live life and not have to worry about anything, right? It said the self-alienated person is not permitted to be himself. The self-alienated person cannot be for himself, cannot live for himself, and he must be for and live for someone or something other than himself. He lives outside of himself, beside himself. He cannot define himself. He is defined by others. He is externalized, controlled from the outside. He is not centered. His self-definition, self-concept, self-satisfaction, self-direction, and happiness must be secured from outside sources. He dares not expose himself or others to his true feelings, right? It says, the alienated person feels and does what he is told he should do and feel. He desires what he is told to desire, seeks to be the man that he is told to be. He stands to profit from catering to his artificial feelings, desires, and counterfeit manhood. Damn. To be alienated is to hate what one has been led to perceive as one's real self, to perceive it as an enemy, to actively seek to obliterate it. And this lady, she describes the alienated person as this: he has an unconscious interest in not having a clear perception of himself, in making himself, as it were, deaf, dumb, and blind. Not only does he blur the truth about himself, but he has a vested interest in doing so, a process which blunts his sensitiveness to what is true and what is false, not only inside, but also outside of himself. And guess who wrote that? A white lady. That's a white woman wrote that. And she basically said that black people are self-alienated people. You know what I mean? Like we have a vested interest in not knowing what's true. All we care about is what is provided for us from other people. We look the way everybody else wants us to look. We act the way everybody else wants us to act. Our desire is what somebody else desires for you. Like a nigga think, like we seem to think when you put those clothes out on the bed, like you pick that. You know what I'm saying? Like you put the clothes out, you like, yeah, man, I'm about to mess them up tonight. Yeah. You didn't pick that. Somebody picked that for you. You only got a certain amount that you can really choose from. Being in the hood, it's like, you only got what you got, Go ahead and talk about.
I was about to say, and just that very fact that you're saying, like, brothers not knowing things, like Esau gonna have to pay for that, because a lot of brothers and sisters are genuine. You know what I mean? They might come across, us talking about Israelites, but they don't really know what to believe. You see what I'm saying? Like there are brothers out there. There's brothers out there that's stubborn and stiff-necked. We know that. But they gotta, Esau gonna have to pay for those brothers and sisters who just really don't know. You know what I mean? They just like Christianity. The Israelites sound right. Sometimes Farrakhan be sounding right too. What do I do? You know what I mean? Yeah. And they just don't know what's up, down, left, or right.
Yeah. And then they can't get that, the oppressor out of their head, because it's like with us, it's like there's only one way you can go, and the way we go is very radical, and it's against this system that we've been that we've been living in for thousands of years. So it's like with us, it's more you're really going to be set free. But a lot of our people don't really want to be free because it's like if you're a drug addict and you're on crack or you're on cocaine or whatever, or you're on pills, you need the oppressor to be around. You don't want him to be gone because you need him. You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna get all that in here if he's not around? If we go off into our own thing, how are you gonna get it? You know what I mean? And so it's like a lot of people, they really need the oppressor, you know what I mean? And they're not ready to let that part go. But that part is like hindering us. Like when you look around the earth, everybody else is they fight against the oppressor. You know what I mean? The Vietnamese, the Chinese, everybody, the Koreans, everybody's up against the oppressor except us. I was walking in the store today, and I was just like looking around. Sometimes you just kind of just look. I was just looking around. I was walking down the aisle, whatever, with my cart, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, we're the only ones that try to be like in an integrated society. You know what I mean? Like you see like black people over here, Hispanics over there, everybody just. I'm like, yeah, like what is this? Like what are we trying to do here? But I don't know. Sloppy. All right, self-alienation. All right. So read that scripture one more time, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Oh, God, sir.
Unless anybody got any questions.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 8. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
Any more on that?
Liza.
Yeah. And that's what it all boils down to, man. We all honor the Lord with our mouth and everything, man. But when it comes to really changing and doing some work, nobody wants to do it.
So I can read verse 9 too. Verse 9, but in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Yeah. This is why, man, nothing's going to change, but the Lord is going to make it change. The Lord is speeding that thing up. The Lord actually took off what it would take us. The Lord, he saved us years of work by doing that, what he did. He took the richest black man in history, right? He took the richest black man in history and and sacrificed him like a pig, right? Sacrificed, now yay like, I'm humbled now, and God and Jesus,
right?
He's
right.
all going now, man.
Right. He said, now I know what it feels like to have a knee on my neck.
Yeah. Like, come on, man, you should have been know that. Somebody should have just told you, man, what? You know what I mean? Because yeah, and get you a team. He's always by himself too. Like, man, get you like a yeah. Well, because they be so afraid of being like poor. They've been up so long, they just afraid to be poor. Like that mean like you'll be like me, like, you know what I mean? Kanye is like, well, I'll really be like, these niggas that I see at the bus stop. I'll really be like these niggas. I'll really have to like go to work somewhere or something like that. But at the end of the day, Kanye don't got nothing to worry about, man. All he got, because he's an interesting person and people like to, all he would have to do is just all his content just put behind a wall and make people pay for it. All he had to do is get an OnlyFans and he'll be a billionaire again. And then, anything you say, just put it on a platform and then have to charge you to see it. Candace Owens, that's what Candace Owens and them doing. They on a platform and you got to pay to see their, like Ben Shapiro, all them cats. They always get taken down off of YouTube all the time for what they say. They on a platform. They on that Daily Motion or whatever. And they got their own platform and they just go on there and say whatever the hell they want to say. It's $14.99 a month. You know what I mean? And I remember I got the documentary, the Candace Owens documentary. Man, I had, you know, I just literally got the service so that I could watch the documentary. I tried after I went to go cancel it, you know what I mean, cancel the subscription. They was like, "Are you sure you want to cancel? Why do you want to cancel? You know, we use this money so that we could go against the right wing and all this, you know what I mean?" And then I'm like, "Yeah," when I'm hitting it like cancel. They're like, "Are you sure? You know, we could do this with the money, we could do that with the money." I'm like, "No, cancel anyway." You know what I mean? It's like they had so many things up there just to stop you because they like, "Well, we put what was it you didn't like about the video?" I'm like, yeah, just it was like, well, how much is it? Because we can lower the price. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like when you try to cancel something, it just keeps on putting stuff up to try to get you to keep it. Yeah, like, well, we'll do it for 10. How about that? It's like, nah, I just want to cancel. Whose video was it? Was it Ben Shapiro's video? What was it? We'll take it down. Yeah. All right. All right, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, man. We're gonna go ahead and pass the class over to Precinct Officer Mataziala, man. All right, we done with it. All right.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and set themselves for the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they have to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is the commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashara. It's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. We have the upcoming Holy Convocation, which is the Feast of Dedication.
Yep.
Which is going to be December 17th. I believe that's on a Saturday, December 17th, I believe. And it's going to be here, correct?
Probably down your way. Probably in Smyrna.
It may be in Smyrna School.
Yeah, Smyrna.
Stay tuned in for the location.
Yeah, Smyrna.
All right. It will be at the Smyrna.
Yeah, Smyrna. Yeah, Smyrna.
All right. So that's 202 North DuPont Boulevard, December 17th. That's the Feast of Dedication. All right. And you can read more about that in the book of Maccabees. That's where you find out about the Feast of Dedication. In John 10:10 is where the Yahweh celebrated. All right. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Majim, Shabbat, Majim, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat Thumb.
Yahweh Sorry, means to turn. We're going to get Sister Courtesy salute, Sister Majim, men of Israel, Majim, Shabbat, Majim, Barak.
Yahweh Shemal Thumb Hashem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh